And the trial of Kenyan lawyer Paul Gicheru entered its second day, with the defense team led by Michael Karnakas cross-examining a witness known as P0800 over his statement to ICC investigators that implicated Gicheru in the alleged bribery of witnesses in the case involving Deputy President William Ruto and radio journalist Joshua Arap Sang. The defense team questioning the credibility of P0800, termed as the star witness in the case. In his defense, the witness insisting he was introduced to Gicheru, who offered an undisclosed amount of money to him to recant his testimony. Let's get more from our very own Chemtai Goween.
Madam President, for the record, I plead not guilty.
After pleading not guilty to 8 charges, including coordinating a scheme to identify, locate and corruptly influence actual and potential prosecution witnesses through threats and bribery in the Ruto Sang case, it was Paul Gicheru's counsel's turn to cross-examine the case's star witness, P0800. Defense lawyer Michael Karnakas moved in an attempt to cast doubt on the witness's persona, on why he opted to return to the ICC to give evidence, yet he had withdrawn from the witness program and appeared to have recanted his evidence. But with revelations that the witnesses had met an associate of Gicheru, yet he was also in touch with the ICC investigators, the defense questioned him on whether he was a double dealer. The witness then detailed how he met the accused person, albeit in camera. In the open session, further details emerged.
The interviewer goes, "Can I ask you, how did you get in contact? How did he get in contact with you?" Meaning, number 7. And then you say, "We met in town." Just coincidence. It's very spontaneous. There's no interruption here. We met in town. Just coincidence, because I was in town doing shopping with my family. And we just met on the streets. It was a surprise to get. And he knew that I told him I had to withdraw because of the pressure I was getting. The safe house and the demands. Probably he said, so now you're imagining this conversation of this imaginary meeting. He said the same thing was happening to him when he was in that particular country. And after chatting for some time, now he said that he knew Mr. Gicheru. And actually, out of what we did together, I knew also about Mr. Gicheru, and I knew what he was capable of doing. And my fears actually were about him when I was in town. Now here's a person who could actually introduce me to him and make me safe, maybe. Those details are yours, right?
Yes.
And this is an imaginary meeting that you're having, that you're telling the investigators, right?
Yes, to cover my friend.
Right. And in order to make the imaginary meeting more convincing, more believable, you provide them with this imaginary conversation that you're having with this imaginary person of this imaginary situation, right?
I have told you.
No, I'm just asking.
I covered my friend with
I understand you covered your friend, but I'm suggesting this is what you're doing. On the spot, you're coming up with an imaginary scenario of what transpired, right? And in the mix of it, you also have an imaginary conversation. Do I have it right?
Yes.
Okay.
The session continues Thursday, where the defense will conclude the cross-examination. The prosecution will then have the liberty to re-examine the witness. Chemtai Goween, Citizen TV, Nairobi.